today. From Seattle, Washington, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Seattle Seahawks taking on Deshaun Watson and the Los Angeles Rams.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
The Rams take over first and...
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
For the first time with Austin Eckler. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
To get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. So here are the Seahawks now with a long field in front of them. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Side, everyone cover it. Just...
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Play action. It's Jackson on the move to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Here's Jackson. They'll run the screen with Carson. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Jackson will throw again, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Forced out to his left. The LA defense up the snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now Sam Sloman is on.
Sam Sloman on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. Down. It's Gray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Malik Harrison on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 9-yard line.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to look deep down. Got his man, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
First down.
Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against the defense. who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gray. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball. Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They give him a gain of 37. But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. This time, Jackson will throw it. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Escaping the pressure right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Fuller. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze the throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First and goal from the 3. Jackson going to run, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second down and goal. Jackson flushed, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
LA set to take over again on offense.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, here's Watson. That is incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it. And it brings up 4th down.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The Rams take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more. Try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Watson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run on 1st down. Gray, he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Number 25, the ball carrier.
And Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They've got some guys who might need a year or 2 on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the 50, it's Watson. And able to find Green. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
The pass.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd and short now following the fumble. operating from the gun. Watson. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DeAndre Hopkins. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson now. Flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run here with Akers. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
This time they stay on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Watson.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun, Watson able to find Walter. That's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
A gain of 12. First down, Rams.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
14.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 2-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Lambeau set to kick off.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
Offense. Come on, now.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
They go play action now. Jackson finds his tight end Ingram. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That's good.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
The handoff.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Down at the 2-yard
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Brings up.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson, a short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Watson. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that 1st down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
Throw left side complete. That's Cummings. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Holding offense. What's the deal, y'all?
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Again, it's Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And that is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson on 1st down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. And 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Is good.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Watson.
On the slant, complete to Green.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Escaping the pressure right. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Watson on the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Throwing again. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
Jordan Brooks with it.
That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down and 4. Jackson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Check.
On 1st down, Carson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
The carry. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Chris Carson, the ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Rams' 29-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson on the keeper. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's Carson. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
That's good.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Jackson will throw again. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Watson throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Rams on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got it 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd down and 12. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Intended for DeAndre.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum point.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And caught, right side, Green.
Complete to number 14.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy.
Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? It's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson being chased out left. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Second and
10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Switch. Slam.
They go play action with Jackson out to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, Jackson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. On 1st down, it's Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 36. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
At their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gray. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
Rams 10.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.